say that like that.
Hey, man. Hey, I'm a Ninja Turtles fan. Okay, I will ooze wherever I like.
This one drink that's not even bad, you won't drink, and I'm confused. I am in anger.
Good for you guys. I don't watch a lot of movies. I go outside. Okay?
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Too Many Words podcast. I am your co-host, Jordan. I'm joined here today with my best friend, Isaac William Joseph. Alongside me here, we have the official third wheel, Andrew Syme. I feel like it's been a minute. I don't know. And then we have a very special guest today, Circles.
Is that the word of the week, is gaist?
Gaist.
No.
It's a gay guest. Though I think I'm one of the few straight people in my friend group.
Wonderful.
Interesting. It has been a few weeks since we recorded last.
It's been a minute since we've done a few things. Yeah, you skipped 2 weeks for pre-recording purposes. It feels like a year since you've podcasted.
Honestly, yeah. But like we absolutely had to skip those 2 weeks.
Yeah,
like,
we've gotten really far ahead of ourselves, and when we want to, since we're creeping up so close to
100,
episode 100, in the 3 weeks preceding that, which is going to be a whole month of surgical planning. Yeah, we just had to get it back under control.
Don't forget all the freaking events we're doing this year.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, yeah, we'll address it in the announcements. But first, Jordan.
So many events.
What is the word of the week that Circles is currently scribing out?
Whirl.
What's Siri
What?
got to say about it?
Hang on. Go away.
Put your mic to the phone.
Go away. Hang on. I got it.
Puerile.
Puerile.
Yeah.
Puerile.
Circles had suspected if it was a
It means
strong I.
Somewhat
childish.
familiar with my IPA, considering it is part of a cipher that I do know and use by Brittany Goodman called Doctor's Cot, though my speciality is a direct letter-to-letter, yay, technobabble.
We got a guest that knows what the hell they're talking about this week. Yeah, Jordan, what does puerile mean?
It means childish, immature, or silly in a way that is not appropriate for an adult.
Isaac, you're very puerile when it comes to UNGZ.
The judge demanded order after the lawyer's puerile attempt to object by stomping his feet in the courtroom.
Who stomped? You're a full-grown man.
I was about to say that this podcast as a whole is probably looked at as pretty puerile.
Yeah, you can probably definitely say that, but the people that say that can go suck a cow.
Yeah.
An entire cow?
Yeah. You know who else can suck a cow? People that not only unfollow the podcast on Instagram, like, it happens, right? We're going to get used to that. We've already gotten used to that. It's natural to lose followers. We've all had social media way before this podcast even started. But for it to be someone that was once upon a time so close, even maybe a former guest on this podcast, to not only unfollow the podcast, but to unfollow myself. Yeah.
That's a little
know.
bit
Is
a
it
little
who
bit
I-
disrespectful.
Is it who I think it is?
No.
or-
We don't need to talk anymore about it.
Yep.
We just wanted to get the word out there about that. And yeah.
Only to make this statement, if you have a problem, like, it's that quote that people have been talking about. If you have a problem with me, text me. And if you don't have my number, you don't know me well enough to have a problem with me. This
I
person
actually really
did
like
have
that.
my number. This person is over 30 years old. I feel like they have some feelings that they just, I don't know, didn't want to.
What the hell
Give
did you
me.
do to them?
I piss off a lot of people, Simon.
Like I said,
Just by being me, okay? And a lot of people, see, have you ever, like, analyzed how certain people view you? And you can 110% blame it on things that they have not seen?
No, because I don't give, two cows about other people's opinions other than my own.
Well, yeah.
When it comes to
There's
myself.
caring about it, and then there's being aware of it.
I mean, people can formulate their own opinions on me. That doesn't mean I'm going to care about them.
Yeah, we're not disputing that.
Well, but then how are you gonna, influence and manipulate them?
By influencing and manipulating them
But you need to
Directly.
without their knowledge. All behind the
Um,
scenes. That's the best way to do it.
With that said,
It is currently Monday, April 22nd. It is 7:24 p.m.
Freaking dark. Holy crap! Why do you have that on everything?
No, it's a privacy.
this is
I
the
know.
very second time we've recorded the Too Many Words podcast in the month of April. Right?
I thought this was the first.
Yeah, this is our first
April
recording
1st,
this month.
boxing with Kiko's Hood TV.
That was April 1st?
I'm
Yes.
pretty
Really?
sure that was in March.
Nope, I swear to God. When I'm the guy that does the schedule, I know.
I think he is right.
Are you sure we
I'm-
did that on April 1st?
Yeah, I mean, it was April 1st, so of course it probably just felt like March still.
April Fool's Day.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. And Isaac, did you bring a hot take?
No.
Oh.
No hot takes this month, unless we have a natural hot take. Anybody got some hard opinions going on right now?
No.
Cool. Besides, we're skipping announcements anyways.
Wait.
Announcements. Great.
Well, I
thought
was
you
just asking about
said
the
that
hot
we
take
were skipping them.
because, yeah. He wasn't saying we are skipping them. He
I
said
thought Jordan was skipping them.
he thought I was skipping them to get to hot
We're a
take.
very
No.
professional podcast.
I was just
circles.
asking him if he brought it.
We're so organized.
So I'm going through my list here. Anyways, Instagram followers comes before announcements.
Does it?
Usually does, I think.
Yes.
All
I mean,
right.
you already had a hot take about that. Well, actually, I think that's an understandable take. But a take has been had about Instagram followers.
That is so very true. Yeah. Yeah, we just don't appreciate fake people. We don't have room for fake people. We barely have enough room for real friends on this podcast. But we keep them around every single week. Let's see. Oh my gosh, trying to recall followers of the last 3 weeks is difficult. But I do know that I took a couple screenshots, so don't worry. Since last recording, we had done the Bohemian Arts Festival. Man, it really has been that long since we last recorded for this podcast. Thank you to any and all of those that we got to know during the Bohemian Arts Festival. Circles is one of them. That's why she's here. That's why we got to know her well enough to be like, hey, your story is pretty cool. You want to be on a podcast? And so, let me bring up some screenshots of the people that have been.
See, the notifications go back 2 weeks. So there is definitely a couple, specifically one that I would like Sime to name off right there.
What? I got some screenshot. Wait, what?
The very, very first one right
Who
there.
are we reading?
James P. Ward 97 has followed the podcast.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. Welcome to the podcast.
How do you spell that?
James.
I'll do all their names too. 'Cause
Oh.
I've done
Oh.
Pure Isle 3 times.
You've done Pure Isle 3
Um,
times?
Yeah.
Yeah, showcase it to the
Oh,
podcast.
Lovely.
Pure Isle.
Okay, I drew some circles. We have some circles here. The circles say things. You read the script starting at the bottom where you can see those little kind of like eyeball marks. Can you point at them?
It's definitely not going to show up on the camera, but
Nope.
yeah, that's right
Tragic.
there and right there.
Anyway, but
We'll
I think
take
he's
pictures
got-
later.
Got some lines on it. Yeah, pictures will be later. He's got some lines and dots and circles. Says stuff.
But wait a second.
What?
Can I have my boba yet?
Yeah, Jordan. What the
Yeah.
hell?
What?
Can I have my boba?
I just saw one of our followers.
Okay.
Have you seen all of our followers that we got in the past 2 weeks?
Not really.
Des Moines Con.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah.
Des Moines Con followed
Des Moines
us?
Con followed us.
Yeah.
Is it Demicon or Des Moines
That's
Con?
cool.
Des Moines Con. DesMoinesCon.
Hell yeah.
And then what was James's username?
So
James P. Ward 97.
Lovely. And then how many followers? Before I bite off more than I can chew.
Yeah, how many
I don't know yet.
followers have
we got ICS Path. I don't know who that is, I'll admit.
Thank you, ICS Path. Man, you are.
Thank you to all the people that Jordan is naming off who has
Chloe
no clue.
knows
Yes, Chloe. She does
crochet.
crochet, and she was the nice ginger over there.
CHLOE.
She's got pretty awesome glasses.
Miranda bought that beef from?
NOSCROCHET.
We'll just do Chloe.
Yeah, we'll do Chloe.
We'll do Path. We'll do James. We'll do Des Moines.
Des Moines Con.
They get the full thing.
Have you done a Des Moines Con?
I've done Demicons.
I think Des Moines Con is very doable for you, but
yeah.
it is $400 for a table spot.
I mean, I'm going to the Indiana Pop Con this weekend at the Indianapolis Convention Center, which is a big one. Oh, Elijah Wood will be there too, so it's
really?
a big one. Yeah.
Nice. We get the 3 Blues Clues actors at Des Moines Con.
I can't
And
wait.
Daredevil.
I can't
And
wait to
Daredevil.
see. I can't wait to see Steve.
Also, the artist for the DC Bombshells
I'm
comic
having my
books
boba.
is going to be there. That's the most recent
Really?
announcement. Yeah.
I guess I
Hell
got to run
yeah.
into it. Yeah. Announcements. We've been accepted to go to Des Moines Con, the biggest event of the year for us, easily. Biggest event that we will ever so far do.
Yep.
Definitely so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
Because things
what are the
things are in the
numbers?
works.
What are the numbers?
For Des Moines.
It's basically the Comic Con for the Des Moines area.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know the exact popular demand of it, but
It's less than the state fair, but more than a county fair.
yeah, that's a great way to put it. Actually,
So what? 10,000?
I'd say 10,000, at least 10,000.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
At least.
At the very least,
Yeah.
10,000.
I'd probably say actually almost 30K.
I was gonna
Okay.
say
This year
yeah.
is probably going to definitely be one of their biggest yet.
Since they do have 3 Blues Clues
especially
actors.
with the OG, Blues Clues.
Like, I mean,
star
they got to
coming
promote that
on.
movie that's coming out soon. Or maybe it's already out. I don't know.
It's going to be a '90s kid year, okay?
And,
Yeah.
Well, not only there are so many. It's stacked, dude. It's like
It's pretty cool.
there's.
If only Stan Lee was still.
Did you
alive.
watch Stranger Things?
No.
Yeah.
Chrissy, she's gonna be there. Chrissy, wake up. It's a funny meme song.
That's probably going to be heard a lot
see,
that weekend.
Did you watch the Flash TV show?
Nope.
No. Okay. Well,
Ooh, I know one really big one. Have you seen the Too Many Words podcast?
oh my goodness!
Yes.
Wow.
Oh
Yeah,
my
they're gonna
goodness.
be
Several
there.
episodes.
They're
be
going to be there. Their first con ever. Oh
Wow.
my goodness.
That's so insane.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hate all 3 hosts of the Too Many Words podcast. They're
Really?
such
I think one's
jackasses.
pretty short and
This is true.
controversial and stupid looking.
Yeah, it's me, right?
Hey, there's a hot take. There we go.
Yeah,
Check it
hot
off
take.
The list.
Hot take. The shortest Too Many Words podcast host is stupid looking.
Thank goodness I'm a guest.
Yeah.
not a
Agreed.
host.
Yes. yes. Circles the guest.
Come on,
Yes.
All right.
I am maybe 5'3".
Okay. Jordan, how tall are you?
Y'all so
6
short.
foot even.
Y'all so short.
It
How
looks
tall
like
are you, Simon?
6'3".
I don't know if you're
Ditto
familiar with Phil
noobs.
Hester. He's the artist for the Invincible comics, a lot of the Green Arrow comics. I actually am familiar with Phil Hester, but I've not really
I'm gonna
dabbled too much.
definitely go
I know
and
the
see
name.
if I can get an autograph from that guy. I
Let's
love the
see.
Invincible comics.
They recently announced a bunch of comic book artists that are going to
Yes,
be
they
there. A bunch of guy from Hell of a Boss, bunch
Hey,
of guys from Hell of a Boss.
Are we just going to list absolutely everybody that's been there or that's going?
No, I'm just
Wait,
gonna.
Vizzy-Pop's going?
Who? What?
That's the creator of Hell of a Boss.
A lot of the actors, the voice actors, are going to be there.
Hell yeah. What about...
There's one in particular I
Is
wanted
there-
to state.
These guys.
Is it Stolas?
Look at those guys.
Who?
This is why I
Which-
sit over here, away from them.
I'm,
this
I'm
is-
way
I'm
past it.
asking
I'm
who
way
they
pa-
voice asked.
I'm
This
way
is the
past
cool
it
kids
now.
table?
Like it's
Yeah.
all the way up here. I
Go
got
up.
it. Okay.
Go up. I
This
want to
dude.
see.
This
I must,
dude.
I must see because I
Okay.
might have to go and visit
So
that one too.
you got Brandon
Yeah,
Rogers.
Blitzo. Yes.
You got
Luna.
I think that one.
Yep, Luna.
And then you got there's another one. There's another one. That one.
That one.
Fizzaroli.
You're on a podcast.
Awesome. Wait, I didn't know that
You
he-
got that one.
What are we talking about?
A lot of things.
So
Yeah.
there,
I'm trying
I'm across the table
I'm
from
trying
you,
to.
and I don't
I'm
know
trying
what
to
you're
move
talking about.
past
Isaac.
it.
Okay.
I'm trying to move past it.
Thank
Isaac,
you.
just know that one of my favorite TV shows. It's an Amazon show. It's
It's Invincible, right?
no, I do like Invincible, but it's not my favorite
What are we
show
talking
on
about,
Amazon.
We're talking about Hell of a Boss.
No, that's
of a
the
Boss.
other show.
Oh.
That's the YouTube only show.
Yeah. Well, not anymore, but
It's Has Been Hotel.
Has Been Hotel. Okay.
I love the art in that, and I love the songs in that
It's
too.
such a good show.
Leah
haven't
Clark, the
had
voice
a chance
of.
to watch it, but
But a
man.
bunch of the characters, like the voice actors for the characters that do Hell of a Boss and Has Been Hotel, are going to be at
That's pretty dope.
Des Moines Cons.
A bunch of
Wonderful.
My Hero voice actors are going
Is
to
there
be there.
anybody in the Doctor Who
Not-
acting thing?
not this
okay,
year.
yeah, because
Not
those are
this
the ones
year.
I tend to prioritize, just because obviously, with my work being connected to
Which
Doctor
we
Who.
haven't stated yet.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Circles. What do you do? Why are you called Circles? What is this that you are?
Oh, lovely. Okay, so here's a little long story short. Me and my friend Lauren Sherman back in high school made a silly little circle language to pass notes because, that's what high schoolers do when you're crazy like me or whatever. I don't know. It's kind of normal, I think. Anyway, this little cipher we made got popular and viral in the Doctor Who fandom because in the show Doctor Who, the language of the time-traveling aliens, the Time Lords from planet Gallifrey, are represented by some abstracty crop circle-looking things, just, circle art that, set designers were like, I'm going to put circles on this and say it says, stuff. And it works because it's a show, and not everything in the sci-fi shows are real, believe it or not.
They're not.
But anyway, so it was just circle art, but people wanted a way to write their names, their favorite quotes, vulgarities in a cipher that looked like that. Well, me and Lauren saved the day. We made that cipher, and it went viral in the Doctor Who fandom because of this. And it went viral to the point of being picked up and used by the show itself in no less than 4 episodes now. Although more coming out because the new, most recent Doctor, Ncuti, has a sonic screwdriver, which is like the main magic wand thing that the Doctor's got. Kind of a central plot piece and techno gizmo, whatever. And on it, there's a design done very clearly in the cipher me and my friend made back in high school to pass notes. So in high school, I accidentally the language of the Time Lords.
Yeah. Which, upon learning that, my immediate first words was that she is allowed to brag about that her entire life.
Yeah.
If you do anything that gets on one of your favorite TV shows, I think you're pretty accomplished already. But Circles over here turns it into, would you call this a full-time job or still a hobby?
This is definitely a full-time job. I've been a full-time scribe for well over a year now. I have been a scribe doing commissions for people, including
Scribe.
actors on the show since high school. When I was in high school, I was reached out to by Colin Baker, one of the actors who played the Doctor,
That's sick.
requesting a design to be made for a T-shirt. So little high school me lost her mind a bit and did that.
Adult me would lose his mind.
Yeah. But of course, mommy, an actor reached out to me on the internet. You don't get much attention. You don't think you're that big a deal when you're a kid because it's like, oh, that's really cool. So's that rock Jimmy found, right? I mean, this is high school, so it's probably Minecraft. But, yeah. Or, like, YouTube poop or something.
Yeah.
YouTube
Yeah.
poop.
Anyway.
That's a throwback.
So, yeah, I draw circles.
You draw circles that say things.
Yeah, is a language.
I draw circles that say things. Put that on a T-shirt in circle
I
language.
actually have a T-shirt that says what part of in English, and then this shirt is written in circles. Don't you understand? Except that this shirt is written in circles, but that's written in circles.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to take me a second to process that entire sentence, but yeah. I get it.
Okay,
I
calculating.
get it.
One more. Okay, so this is a big one for me. This is the one I was actually searching
What,
for.
for announcements, or
No,
we're still
for
talking about Des Moines Con?
Des Moines Con. This is the last one.
Yep. Better
Sonny Strait, right? The voice
that?
actor for Krillin in Dragon Ball,
Oh, he's going to be there?
and the original voice actor for Bardock for the original Bardock run in the Dragon Ball Z Bardock. Yeah, he is going to be there. I might cry if I get to speak to him because he's actually huge for me.
Yeah. Except for that he's
We'll
super
have
short on
to-
the TV show. But
Well, he's
have
super
to-
short in real life too.
We'll have to buy a couple pop figures, get his autograph.
or
Yeah.
ask him to be on the podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, you can always ask.
That's my
Always
plan.
ask.
That's
Yeah.
my plan. I was gonna be like, hey,
The
you
worst
find
they can
yourself-
say is no.
if you find yourself having an extra 20 minutes at some point, maybe pop on by. We'll talk to you for 20 minutes.
You know what I'm not excited to see at
What?
Des Moines Con? This freaking commie con artist podcast called Ice Cream Sunday.
Yeah.
Those
they
freaking losers.
They have a booth there.
Context?
Oh, they're our best friends.
Nice.
There are podcast daddies.
There are arch rivals.
No. But
Maybe a little bit, but like
That's okay.
we're fishing from the same pool, but we're keeping it interesting. It's fun.
They're fishing with
We
fishing
love them.
lines.
They
Simon's
hate
fishing
us.
with dynamite.
That's just how the cookie crumbles. But yeah. On to the next announcement. Do you boys know what the next big announcement is?
we have a date.
We have a date
Oh, really? You guys?
with Destiny.
No. Yes, Jordan has a date. You heard it here, folks. Jordan has a date.
Don't miss it. Save the freaking date, okay? Okay, if you're not actually listening to the podcast, if you're doing one of those things where you're just having it play in the background, don't. I need your attentive
Listen up,
attention,
God
okay?
damn it.
Listen. Save the date. Save the date. August 31st. Too Many Burgers, Year 2, working title. There's a poll out there. It might have already been decided by the time this episode comes
That
out.
reminds me, I haven't done that yet.
But, yes, Too Many Burgers Year 2 has officially a date, a venue, and a time. Okay, 6 p.m., August 31st, at the
Oh,
Fleur Cinema and Cafe.
you didn't even do the one that I said.
Yeah, it was terrible. Actually, okay, genuinely.
But I thought you
genuinely-
hated Second Helping.
Genuinely,
I'm confused.
I forgot to put it on there.
Okay. Okay.
I genuinely forgot to put it on there.
But he put second helping on there?
Yeah. He put the one he absolutely hated over the one that I actually liked more.
I'm sorry. But yes, Too Many Burgers. Those of you who are familiar with last year, we're trying to go bigger in every single aspect compared to last year. Those who are new to this experience, go check out our live show event episode from last year. Give yourself a good idea of what that was and how it went. But yes, it's going to be at Fleur Cinema and Cafe. What are we laughing at?
The results so far.
The results are very
Saddening, I know.
makes me happy.
Are you sure about that?
It was my idea.
Yeah,
That-
his idea
that one was
is
my
winning
idea.
right now.
Well, yeah, but you didn't like it though.
The second bite.
Yeah.
I didn't like that we had a lot of titles that had too many burgers. The second blank. That's what I didn't like.
Oh, okay.
But
I mean, it is the second Too Many Burgers, so like that's. Just,
I know.
not
But
like-
there's so many other ways to say second,
Also,
like
Isaac
sequel,
doesn't like
because it's going to be at a
Italian.
freaking movie theater. Wow, how clever! But nobody likes the sequels.
I voted for Belt Busting because that is actually my favorite.
Anyways,
It's my favorite too, but it ain't gonna win.
Hey, it's not
Sadness.
too far behind.
Circles. What are you doing August 31st? She grabs her phone immediately.
Let her look
Let's
into her
see
calendar.
What state I will be in.
Yeah,
Okay, you said August?
August
What state
31st,
that would
last
be
day
in?
of August.
Make 50
I
new
will be
accounts
in
and all vote for
Louisville,
Belt Busting.
Louisville.
So
Ooh.
I will be driving back. Okay, so that will be the weekend after a big show. That's another PopCon indie for me. Well, PopCon Louisville and stuff. There are two PopCons. One in Indiana, one in Louisville. I'm going to both. So yeah, I might. Yeah, then I don't want to have 3 shows 3 weekends in a row.
Gotcha. Yeah, I totally get it. We weren't asking you to work, but maybe enjoy yourself that day. But we get it.
What is that?
So
Enjoying yourself.
so
Never heard of that.
So it's going to be pretty similar compared to last year's timeline. The first hour, you show up, enjoy some getting to know people, say hi, grab some food, just get your feet wet in there into the environment. Second hour is our live show. We have to write down what our show is going to be. I think it was pretty well formatted last year.
This is where me and Jordan have that boxing match.
That's next year.
Damn.
Next
That's
year's
not gonna
wrestling
happen.
themed.
Do you guys need foam-covered sticks? That's another thing I do.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
I'll take one just to hit Jordan with when he's misbehaving.
No.
Anyways,
thought-
yeah.
What?
Second hour is going to be our live show, and then third hour is going to be we are renting out a theater house for anybody to want to buy discount tickets at the luxury of the sponsored Fleur Cinema through Too Many Words podcast. So $2 for a ticket to go see a movie afterward. We don't know what movie it will necessarily be just yet. It really is up to us. Maybe it's going to be a cult classic. Maybe it's going to be a movie that's currently in theaters that's very popular, or maybe some other third thing. I don't know yet.
We force all of our viewers to watch Drive Away Dolls.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That is definitely not a movie for everybody. But yeah, I
don't
hear
even
you.
think it was a movie for us, man.
I hear you. I hear you.
Well, it's on streaming now, just so you know.
But yes, once again, save the date. August 31st,
Make Miranda watch it.
You should.
Too Many Burgers' second annual live event show. This is going to be really big. We're trying to go for food trucks, the movie theater theme. Maybe we can have some fun, cool thing that the fans can do and dress up as like a movie character.
I know you have already publicly stated the date and whatnot, but have Austin or Trevor reached out at all about confirmation whether or not they could be there?
What on God's green earth? Oh my gosh,
There is a crisis.
that is a crisis.
You should have drank the book.
Whoa, guys. What? How'd that happen?
Your leg gave out because you've got it wrapped around it.
Wrapped around what?
Guys, it's okay. Let's just, let's refract back to how it was originally as quickly as possible.
There, now it's locked.
Thank you. I don't know what just happened still.
Dang.
I did nothing.
I know that you didn't get one, but that doesn't mean you have to ruin mine.
I didn't do anything.
I'm sorry, guys. Maybe us three can share my mocha.
They're not very good, really.
Yeah, the review. Maybe this is a sign we should just get into the review.
Go for it. I'm going to try to clean this up.
Okay.
So,
I want to wander around the back, but there's a bathroom over there.
this podcast has gone completely AWOL. I'm the only one sitting down still.
Welcome to my life where everything is always chaos. I blame me.
Okay, yeah, let's blame Circles. She cursed the
Take
area.
that foam stick now.
Guys,
Your leg gave out.
Jordan,
Oh my god.
Jordan, argue out of frame.
I'm gonna drop you.
And here we get to witness the live detonation of a friendship.
You should know this by now.
Guys, you are hurting our best ensemble chances for the Iowa Podcast Awards. Pretend to love each other.
What do we do with the table cover? Is this Andy?
Could you
Yes, it is Andy's.
take off the table cover, wrap it up, and just do a naked table for the rest of the show?
I don't know. I don't know how pretty that table is.
I'll take a peek.
Delicious.
I think it's the gray one.
So yeah, we're having some quality. Yeah, this is just a regular old gray table. It'll be fine.
Yeah. It's Gucci. It's not like disgusting or anything.
I mean, I'm not gonna lift it up all the way. Let me just.
We were going to provide some uniformity with these. Well, thank God that the tablecloth was there, because now we could just toss it to the side.
Garbage can?
Garbage can. No. Maybe around the corner and stuff like that. Man, this has really hit a pivot. Huh?
Just keep going. Just keep talking about
Yeah, we're going to keep going. But yeah.
We could heckle. We could provide, the best kind of help, which is. sitting
Yeah,
there
Jordan,
judging.
say something funny. Actually, no, I'll do it because you're away from a mic. It is completely nonsensical, the entire debate on whether or not you're a man because you sit down to pee. That is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. The only time I sit down... No, the only time I stand up to pee is when I forget my phone. Like, for realsies. Sorry, this is not relatable content for you, Circles.
Oh, I've stood up to pee before. I've done my fair share of
You've
camping.
stood up to pee before? Oh, camping. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the whole living in an ambulance thing and camping, van life, nomad, you learn to stand up and pee.
You know what? That
skills.
is, oddly enough, that is the second occurrence we've landed on a very similar subject in this exact studio
10
area.
out of 10 would recommend Planters peanut jars for ladies. They're the right size.
the right size.
Yes.
And they can they already have pee in the name.
Yeah. Planters peanut.
Yeah.
jars.
Yeah, you get a snack,
right.
munch through that, then you have a lovely bottle.
All right. Maybe enough of the PP talk for our fellow listeners. I'm sorry I started that.
started it.
I did start that. Yeah.
Not my fault.
Yeah. No. I'm talking about accumulatively. You know, he was about to probably talk about his own pee stories, right? No, he says no. He's away from the mic. He says no. But with the movie Godzilla vs. Kong being so popular, I've actually thought about making graphics where he's King Kong and he's Godzilla, because Syme is a little bit bigger than Jordan, but Jordan has black hair and he looks a little bit more Rilla-ish, you know? And so... What? Better? Well, yeah. Still stands. Godzilla versus Kong right here. And then I'm the journalist that makes a bunch of profit off of your story. Look at me, succeeding off of your guys' drama. We're going to go through the roof with this. Man, clip that. Promo that. Ooh. Big old spill. Wonderful.
Hey, that looks
He's
reasonable.
praying, but I don't think it's good thoughts. Anyways, we pray. Okay, so
Oh yeah. Does it still count as blackmail if it's a prayer?
see, this is what I've learned. What did we learn this week, guys? Do we finally jump into that?
I've learned that I have tons and tons of patience.
Syme has learned that he has a lot of patience. Jordan, what you learned this week, boy? Jordan?
I learned that
Jordan's learned. Did you? Okay. What did you learn?
Jordan doesn't know how gravity
What did you guys learn before today? You have from August 1st to the 22nd. You got nothing? I know what I've learned. So, Circles, do you know how in America we have to refrigerate our eggs? And,
oh yeah,
and
that's because our chickens are like salmonella chickens. We have toxic chickens.
do we?
Well, we just have anyway.
'Cause,
Most
like-
countries you don't have to, but
Yeah.
you do have to. Sorry, I'm a little bit of a know-it-all geek. I apologize. Carry on with your new fascinating
That's-
knowledge that you get to enlighten me with.
Yeah, I learned that they don't refrigerate in Europe because of what Syme said. He's got some chickens in his own backyard. And if he did not clean the eggs, he wouldn't have to refrigerate them either. And I was very curious about what the heck the difference was on whether or not the outer shell was had some dirt on it. But it turns out that the protective powers of, I don't know, cloaca juices
Hey. I'm gonna write that in circles.
protect
too.
eggs. What? Cloaca juice?
Yeah, I finished all the names.
She's going to write cloaca juice in circles.
Cloacha. Cloaca.
Yeah, like cloak,
Cloa.
K-A.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna check it on my phone.
All right, that's a good sample size. Wait, don't finish that down. Well, we can leave it for the review.
Before something else happens to it, I spent $8 on this, and
Circles, what did you learn this week?
Oh boy. Okay, so one of the funnest things I learned was just some random doom scrolling video
Okay.
about so refractive paper that it's not really paper, it's like plasticky stuff that looks shiny and rainbow, but not because of any dye or pigment. It's just the shape of the clear thing that breaks the light by bending it at different rates based on the shapes in the clear stuff. That works on any kind of shiny and reflective material. It's also typically how holographic stickers are made. But you can do that shininess on chocolate without any adding food coloring or anything like that, just by having the chocolate set on some of that plastic so it can take in the shape. And that was really cool. And then I told some of my friends, shout out to Sweet Steam, another people that are really cool, and they are part of the steampunk vending community. They do steampunk chocolate.
You can do that with 3D printing as well. You can get special print plates that have
Yeah.
that light reflection
Yeah.
sort of texture on it, and it'll come out
But I was
rainbowy.
thinking it was going to be so good for food items for people who are insensitive to food coloring.
Mm.
Anyway,
Yeah. That very fascinating. Have you realized that no matter what you talk about, you sound like you're like smart when you talk about it?
Hey, it's probably the whatever flavor of autism I've got.
I need to pick up on that. Sound like an intellectual. I could be talking about the highest level of education thoughts that I have, and I'll just give it my own little twang, and I'll make it sound like I'm a degenerate no matter what, but it's fine. Simon, I don't know what you've been saying. Jordan, I don't know what you've been saying, but it looks like about 3 to 5 minutes later that you guys have finally got it figured out, and I am so proud of the two of you because of the teamwork that you guys have portrayed to get this done together. And so, I'm very proud of you. You guys both get promotions. Still not getting paid. I'm sorry, because we don't make money as a company yet, but it's fine. And so, yeah.
Aw.
Hi.
Aw.
Hey, Jordan.
What?
How you doing?
Trying to figure out which mic. This is mic number 2.
Yeah, Jordan is figuring out which mics are which. And so, we have a full reset. Everybody is back in their chairs, finally. We love to see it. Well, that was a little tiff, huh?
He's still angry at me.
That is okay, okay? This podcast is built on hating each other, okay? I love you guys.
The problem is that I had nothing to do with this.
Jordan, I love you.
Okay, thank you. I love you.
Simon, I love you.
Jordan, I love you.
This says Cloaca Juice in circles.
Now, the only thing I'd say to that is if only you showed it to the camera instead, because then we could have promoted that.
That's we are still gonna promo it.
I mean, yeah.
Oh god, this says Cloaca Juice in circles. Can I look at that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Can we
Okay,
go straight
so a
into the
C
get
has
your lips
4
wet segment so
dots.
that
1,
this
2,
can be
3,
done and
4.
over with?
So that's a C. L has 3 dots. O is a little
Once
guy
she's done
inside the
talking,
word
yeah.
circle. There's an A. Here's another C.
Sorry,
And-
Simon, I'm sorry. Even though,
It's okay. I'm
Look at
more
him.
I'm more pissed off about the fact that I showed your strength.
Yeah,
Didn't take a sip of it at all.
oh,
That's-
so that we can do the review.
that's what I
and
was
then
thinking.
I'm the one that gets fucked over by not getting any.
That's what I was thinking.
it's okay.
When that spilled, I'm like, man, he didn't even taste that yet.
It's fine.
Here, man, they take so long over there at the restaurant.
Yeah, I'm
You
not.
guys were down a long
I'm
time.
not. I'm not running back over.
I mean,
there.
I was
It's
thinking
not
about.
worth it too.
I
It's
already
pretty trash.
spent $8 on this one drink. I'm not spending any more money today.
Well, should we drink the drink
yes.
review?
Yes.
Okay, Simon, you gonna take some of that? Okay, so get them lips wet segment has officially started. Simon, what do we think of the Vietnamese bubble tea that is via the
It's like a
Merle Hay
bubble
Mall?
slushy.
It tastes like watermelon milk.
All right, coming at you with milk
Milk.
again.
No.
The reason why we're having these is special request out of Circles. She likes drinks with chunks in it, quoting her.
A.
And so, that's why we have these. What did you order specifically, Circles?
I got the mango. I typically, so just looking at the menu, I could tell that this wasn't going to be the kind of boba I typically like, which is normally a richer tea flavor.
Those are nice shoes.
Like a chai or like a black tea boba. So the sweetness is only in the pearl, not really in the tea itself, and also in the milk. Usually some steamed milk or some sweetened milk is in there. This is not that. This is not what I would consider good boba.
This is like a slushy.
This is Americanized boba garbage. It's
I wouldn't
candy.
say it's Americanized, but like.
I don't know, but like typically at most, like this is just the side. Like I don't know.
I feel like this is mall-anized.
Oh yeah, that there we go. Yeah. No, it just tastes like some generic pump of like mango flavor plus some really old boba pearls that I can make better.
Those boba pearls did not look great when they fell out of that container.
They did not taste great.
This is not boba shop boba. This is, oh, you want to get your kids something sweet for dessert at this. It's actually, to be fair, a really nice Vietnamese place. They have great pho and stuff, but yeah. So overall rating, I'm
Out of
gonna
10, yes.
beat a dead horse and go with Cloaca Juice.
Oh, okay. Wonderful.
What number is
First ever Cloaca Juice out of 10 on the
Is that a
podcast.
0,
I'm gonna
or
say
is
that's
that
a
worse
2
than
because
But
it's
it
two
does
words.
help the eggs. Remember? It helps the
It
eggs.
does help the eggs.
So it's still a nice treat.
I'm gonna say,
Maybe
like I said, 2.
3?
3? Oh yeah, that's close.
3? Yeah.
What do you think out of 10, Simon?
The juice part, definitely a solid like 7. The pearl parts, definitely a 1.
Isaac, would you let me try yours after you rank it?
I'm gonna let Simon decide if you deserve it.
I
didn't do this.
I
Because
was
guess
gonna,
what?
I
Guess
was
what?
gonna let you taste mine, but
You already said no. What are you talking
But
about?
guess what? Guess what? What if we had bought you a drink?
Oh,
And
it
then
wouldn't
that
have mattered anyway.
And then that table fell.
You should go to an actual boba place. And
Do you go to
actual
Tea Time in
boba.
Ames?
Oh my gosh, yes. In fact, they know me and give me free stuff.
Nice. Nice.
Yes. Life hack: get to know a local. Like, if somebody, I'm gonna choke and die on my drink with chunks. If it's somebody who you see regularly at the register, like talk to them, ask them what's good, ask them if they've got anything you think I should try. If you go there like at least once a week on a schedule.
I'm all sticky.
I'm all sticky too,
Yeah, it's all about connections and being friends with people.
and being sticky.
If you're nice, cool things will happen. Okay,
I
like
just realized the
this,
trash can's
like
still there.
like maybe a random person will
That's
just
fine, we're
let
trash.
you record a podcast in their storefront. Crazy stuff like that. I did hear that you guys addressed the trash can. This is like the third side conversation that's happened.
we were having our own conversation
Yeah,
while you're over there doing
we're
your
on
own
a
thing.
podcast, so guess what? It's all one conversation from a
And
listener
shh,
standpoint.
I think he's just saying.
And people
things
are going to
now
have
instead of
crossed
just-
ears trying to figure out which conversation is most important to actually listen to.
Cloaca
Obviously, the one
juice.
that's coming out of your mouth.
Why?
Because, as you stated, you're the face.
I did not. I said I've said you're the star of this podcast.
No, I didn't say star. I said face. Because I'm also.
You're also
because
our boss.
I am quoting you and Austin Buckner.
Yeah. You know, I didn't do that on purpose. You know.
I know.
Okay.
But it's true. It's true. You are the face.
He's sitting in the middle.
Look at this guy. Actually, what something we can talk about is how much weight he's lost since the last recording we did.
All right.
with
Yeah.
him.
I rate. Okay. So one last thing before he starts
Is
talking
it
about
because people keep spilling his treats?
Yes.
that.
I
one
mean, that
last
does
thing.
help with the calorie counting. At least now I'm not going to count that at all because I did not consume enough calories.
One last
to
thing for the
count
drink
that.
review. This, from this exact restaurant in middle school, was my first ever experience of bubble tea.
Really?
Yes.
Was shed.
It was revolutionary for me, actually.
Oh, good.
And I think, I strongly believe they used to be much better.
We can apologize in person. for the mess
I
that we
still love going by and grabbing one. I'm going to give this. I'm not a big
there a door
mocha
back
fan.
there?
I like getting the
Just
fruity
straight through that
ones.
Well, yeah, that's where I
Andy's
pulled the.
back there.
That's where I pulled the trash can from.
I'm not a big mocha fan. I typically like getting the fruity ones. I tried mocha just because I haven't had it before over there. I give this one a 5. I'd stick probably to the taro or the matcha ones.
I had a cookies and cream one. It was
so
really good.
You're not going to let Jordan try yours?
I'll give this, sure.
I'm not gonna touch the table while I sip this.
Throw it on the ground.
Hey man, I paid for that one. All right.
Suffer.
All right. Let's see what Jordan has to say. All right. All right.
Like I said, mine just tasted like watermelon milk.
Lemonade. All right.
That is bad.
Thank you. Which would you rate it?
Consensus.
1.
Come
That
on.
freaking bad, huh?
Come on. Worse than the lime coconut
We're
vitamin
sorry
water?
we made
Yes.
a mess.
Really?
was all Jordan's
Oh,
fault.
Andy.
It was not.
Wait until you see the playback on this one,
He
buddy.
probably watched it
Holy
live.
cow.
No, he wasn't over there when I went and got the trash can. So
Hey, do you want to see Cloaca Juice written in circles?
Yeah, do you want
talking about
to
this.
see this?
I would also like to make a purchase.
these are all things that we could probably be talking about
After the show.
After the show.
Anyways, yes, now we can move on to side quests. I have a couple. We all have a couple. Circle's side quests is really just anything that does not fit into the other categories. It's just what maybe has been on your mind.
It's pretty good.
What you've
so,
been
like,
dealing with. A funny story that's happened. Maybe not all the sad stuff that you immediately shared with us when you showed up, but maybe some other things, or maybe just some important things that you think need to be said on a digital footprint.
But how would you have good things if there were not bad things?
Exactly. Which I am allowing her to talk about sad things as well. But, if she wants to
all
refrain
the
from it.
small things.
But yeah, Circles, you got anything?
Kind of, well, amidst, basically just imagine that meme of the shrieking, like, opossum being like, ah! That's kind of been my life for a while. So, incredible highs. My business with the circles thing has been going nuts. And that's typically what I tend to talk about. I finally got some nice weather. Yay.
Yeah.
To go outside, and I spent like all day yesterday painting with a friend, so I'm covered in paint. And
Yeah, I see your hands.
yeah,
That's cool.
I saw her
I used to paint all the time. I'm not judging.
Don't mind my feet, but
Yep.
we're gonna
Oh,
do one of these.
yep.
There's definitely paint on those foots.
How's that even happen?
So
I don't think I've ever gotten
Step
paint
in
on
it.
my feet.
No, is that a
Um,
tattoo
you just
or
have-
is that paint?
That's
this
a
is a tattoo,
Okay.
but then there's paint everywhere else. So I painted about 15 square feet of canvas
Yeah.
total combined, which is a lot, bigger than this area.
That's big.
So I painted two like big canvases that were like bigger than me, two that are comparable to like the size of the table, right? Two big ones. And then a bunch of like medium ones and a whole bunch of tiny ones, and I just painted the backgrounds of them so that way I have nice colors to choose from when I
Don't worry about it.
decide to
Pay
put
attention,
circles on
Jordan.
them. I draw the circles on them. So like, I could have this,
Yeah.
wonderful transcription right here put onto one of many beautiful canvases.
I've never thought Cloaca Juice could be so pretty.
You could definitely sell that one. That'd be funny.
Yeah, I'll make it just for you as a gift.
It looks like eggs in the middle, bro.
That was intentional.
That's great.
Oh my gosh, that's great. But yeah, Syme's side quest of losing so much weight, he's now officially not as fat as Jordan. Jordan's the now fattest guy on the podcast.
No, we are equal. We are currently equal.
Oh,
How much
okay.
do you weigh?
I haven't weighed myself in over a year, but 320 to 280 is that window. 325 actually. but-
Currently, this morning I weighed 323.8.
Syme, you look good, brother.
So Syme has caught up to me.
Jordan, you look also good.
No, I don't. Don't.
I'm
lie.
the worst looking person on this podcast on a daily
Oh my
basis.
god! If you were Pinocchio, your nose would be a mile long.
No. I've actually talked about this with my girlfriend's roommate, okay? People look at you, they know what they're getting. Do you know
This
the
is
amount
something-
of people
this
that
is
have
something
looked
you've
at
quoted
me
for a long
yes,
time
the
now.
amount of people that have looked at me and just assumed because of my forearms maybe that I'm just in really good shape, and then they see my toed ass when I take my shirt off. Yeah, terrible. I experience a wave of giving off disappointment that you guys have not gotten to yet. Maybe when you were starting to get a little bit heavy, but
Well,
like,
he's been with Miranda that entire time, so.
see, you guys don't know. You guys don't know.
But I gotta make a comment on how Andy is like here, and he just looks like he's robbing his own store. He's like sneaking around and trying to be very quiet.
Is that why you're laughing so hard over
No,
here? when
I
he
laughed
comes
at
out
Isaac
here?
because he shook his thing a little bit and he flung stuff everywhere.
This is tablecloth. Don't say it.
Well, I mean, he
I
already
don't
knows
think we
about
should
that
worry
one.
about this tablecloth when we have that tablecloth.
Yeah, that one over there.
Oh yeah, it's over there now.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
make
As
more
I
work.
said, the playback.
Andy's gonna enjoy this.
Andy
episode.
loves this. Thank you, Andy. As I say once again, this studio space has been brought to you by Dwarven Workshop in the Merlehaim Mall. We are forever blessed by those who let us guest.
I do
at
have a question,
their
Isaac. I
location.
know you set up this.
Yes.
Why are we facing this way and not that way?
Because good rule of thumb,
Just
and
curious.
I know there's not much to work with in this area. Good rule of thumb for video production. Have the background as far away from our subject as possible so it doesn't look like
That's
a
true.
two-dimensional picture.
There's something else you need to consider, though. Noise.
Well,
not
noise.
audio noise, video noise.
Oh, yeah, in the background?
Yeah.
That's just ambiance, visual representation, where we're at.
That's something that can bring down the quality of a video. Like the
It would have been cool
resolution
to have the art.
quality.
You
I
know
mean,
what also brings down the quality of a video?
what?
Dropping an entire table.
Well, that's not okay.
That actually adds a lot, I think, of
I think.
entertainment for the
Yeah,
observers.
we
I
got
think circles.
I
is
bet
fine.
you if I put you
dude.
through the table, it'd be just as entertaining.
Yes,
Absolutely,
it
it would. But please don't do that.
That's a day 1 week release promo to say, hey, a freaking table collapses in this podcast episode. Check it out. You know,
Nah, just advertise it. You know what I'm gonna say.
this is Cloaca Juice's Circles.
Brought to you by.
Absolutely.
And just
Today's
have, like,
sponsor
my
of
heart
this week is
eventually made
Cloaca Juice. Cloaca Juice.
that's just
Get
the title.
hydrated.
Picture. I would do that for you.
Drink me.
I would put that on a canvas.
Oh, dude, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said what was the exact title? You think?
Nah, just write Cloaca Juice.
Clo-
Just Cloaca Juice. Beautiful on canvas. That will be the thumbnail. Well, with like whatever else you want to
Yes.
put. But you just have that there.
Yes.
We will forever hang that in the studio once we get a studio.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be
Whenever
fun.
that will be.
That'd be
I'll
fun.
sign it.
We
Yeah.
still have a studio.
What?
We still have a studio.
Yeah, we
No,
still have
like
a studio.
studio that's not conjoined with another living space.
Oh, you mean like when we have to pay a business property?
You could just move into a van like I did. Van by the river.
That was something I wanted to do.
Update.
Is there an update on the RV?
RV coming soon. Will be mobile.
When are you? Look, I was actually going to ask.
Is
you
that
when-
like
when are you
a
doing
promise?
Yes.
Okay.
We,
Is this
we
a-
will be a traveling pod. Yes.
I just don't
Welcome
understand.
to random locations.
See, I'm basing off my questions on I know how you're going to get the money.
Yes.
I gotta ask, what is keeping you from doing this immediately?
Because one thing at a time, dear Isaac.
It's a
Well,
big
didn't-
choice.
Well, what are you
too.
trying to do? Are you trying to finish a basement first? Is that it?
No, he's trying to buy a house.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
This is 2 weeks from now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'll hear something by that point.
Cool.
I've been keeping it a secret, to be honest.
Yeah, this has been
my
difficult
my
to do.
parents don't know. Her
It's not like
parents
you-
don't
it's
know.
not like they actually watch this.
But
I mean,
my
your dad
my
does- your
dad
dad
watches this.
I feel like your dad watches the promos.
No, he watches the actual podcast episodes.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I believe that. He watched the live stream.
True.
So I'm hoping that by this point, the offer is in. It's been accepted, and we're just waiting on closing.
Because Jeezy is keeping me pretty well updated.
Well, yeah, you live there, so it's hard to keep you out of the loop when
But
it comes to that sort of stuff.
From
But
what
Jeezy
I
hasn't told me
understand-
anything in weeks.
From what I understand,
About anything.
You also got the money for the RV, correct?
no,
Because he said he was going to do that with the house.
he was going to, but he thought that he could write it all in one check. But if he did that, it means that he's paying more for my house,
Oh,
which doesn't make any sense because
Yeah.
that's all going to go on paper, which would be more
Yeah.
taxes for
Yeah,
Jeezy. And
that
I
actually
was
makes a
like,
lot more
hey,
sense.
don't do
I mean,
that.
he could.
He's
Probably-
just gonna gift me the money. You can
Do we
give
have-
Just do a big
$10,000
old
a
withdrawal.
month.
Then
So.
here.
Okay.
Do you think
Okay.
we can get away with actually titling the episode Cloaca Juice?
I
Well,
mean,
you
yeah.
can definitely put pictures
Scientific
of the circle.
term.
Yeah, cloaca is a scientific term for
Hell yeah.
bird
Yeah, there's no
genitalia.
vulgarity there.
Yes.
Loopholes.
Yes.
Hi, Andy. Phil, you can speak, my guy.
He wants
it's
to
fine.
not hinder the audio of the podcast so bad, and he's being great. He's being great. He's giving us more than what we deserve to summarize that.
I hope you're enjoying the Ren Fair.
Dude, is that my?
Well, look at his
frickin-
forehead. He's just been doing Ren fairs.
It's not my phone. Whose phone?
No,
is
it's,
it?
out
it's,
there.
it's mine. It's mine. It's my watch that's going off.
Oh, I should probably
Isaac
silence
has my
my
phone
Chill.
over there.
Yeah, but it's okay. See, a side quest that I've been dealing
job.
with. Oh yeah, thank God we don't need to spill another thing. A side quest that I've been dealing with, something that really bothers me.
You know what really grinds my gears?
And so
Spilled
the
boba
younger
tea.
generation, and I know I'm part of this younger generation, I'm basically blaming anybody about 35 years old, roughly, and younger. This generation has come to the conclusion that we have to blame, what's it called? Gosh.
Canada.
It left my brain as soon as I came
The
to that
boomers.
part in the sentence.
Blame Canada.
Oh, yeah. This generation has come to the
The
conclusion
generation
that,
before the boomers.
that's a great South Park reference, by the way.
Yay! Thank
yes,
you.
yes, I had to give it to you. Yes. I lost it because I thanked you, though. Wait a second.
Autism.
Stockholm syndrome.
What?
The younger generation has blamed Stockholm syndrome as to why there are love stories between
Oh.
our grandparents.
I've been seeing this trend lately as well.
Dude,
What?
Grandma,
Dude?
you little victim.
yes.
I think this is infuriating.
This
actually.
is absolutely infuriating, and I will not freaking have it, okay? Because people want to look at how,
Isaac
it's
will explain it.
It's
Just
that
listen.
typical, hey, Grandma, how did you fall in love with Grandpa? And sometimes, the generational gap. Some stories are really interesting, and sometimes they might not be so acceptable by today's standards in their opinion. But
Was it
here-
like the Family Guy episode where Carter meets Babs?
No, it's just
The
but
giant beach ball hits
because of
Carter and he goes and punches
the-
her in the face.
the social environment that was the 40s, 50s, and 60s and 70s.
earlier than that, even the 20s and 30s.
Even that is so different compared to today in the dating scene. The dating scene is so casual compared
back
to
then
what
it was
it
called
used
courtship.
to be. Because people would talk about like, oh yeah, my grandpa was 18 and my grandma was 14, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, maybe that is a little bit questionable, but it was also, I don't know, 1967.
Did you just say 18 and 14?
Yeah, I know.
That's a 4-year gap.
I know. Whatever.
Well,
whatever.
even by today's standards, people are going to be like, "That's
we're
not
getting
okay.
sidetracked, but
That
You're
is-
dating an 18-year-old?
My wife is almost 3 years older than me.
yeah,
but
Does
like-
that make her an evil person?
my
No, because I don't agree.
My girlfriend's Nana has a love story. Hey, how did you marry the guy that you were with? Oh yeah, he just kept on asking me when I was recently divorced, and I was just like, okay, fine. People are saying that's Stockholm syndrome because they're providing an
not.
environment.
How is that
That's
Stockholm
not,
yeah,
syndrome?
that's
yeah.
not Stockholm syndrome.
Dude, okay.
What is
So-
Stockholm syndrome?
Stockholm syndrome is when the
Is
term
that
was
when you get kidnapped and then you fall in love with your kidnappers?
kind of
Something like that, yes.
The term was coined during I think was it World War One, not two.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was World War One,
Oh, being a
where
prisoner
the
of war?
the nurses started falling in love with their patients because they were taking care of them.
Okay.
Or maybe it was vice versa. Maybe it was patients falling in love with nurses because they were being taken care of. That's where that term came from.
So I'm not saying that Stockholm syndrome didn't happen.
So how
I'm
the
just
hell
saying
does that compute with?
This is my only issue, is that people are infiltrating the love stories of our grandparents, things that they were not born for, that not present for, and they want to say it's Stockholm syndrome and say that grandma's a victim. There's probably a lot of cases where that happens. Circles, what do you think?
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about my grandpa and grandma.
Sure. Yeah, you got a crazy story?
No, I have a pretty typical story. Grandpa, grandma met when they were like young and married and stayed married because that's what you did.
Okay.
Grandpa loved her a lot.
Mm-hmm.
she put up with him quite well. I'm sure that if, divorced, she was a strong, independent woman. She ran away to New Mexico with my grandpa to go be a cowgirl, and she shot her sewing machine.
Oh.
Accidentally, there was a rattlesnake in the house. That happens in New Mexico.
Yeah, it does.
Anyway, she, if you talked about the relationship to the two of them separately, you'd hear two very different stories.
Oh, really?
Yeah. For him, this is the best, sweetest relationship ever. Yay. For her, it's I keep him happy so I can do what I want.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure that's most couples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you ask my wife while we got together, it was all a miscommunication.
You're a unique situation. But every love story should be a unique situation.
But I do think people, have a survival instinct and a nature to try to paint the prettiest picture of wherever they're at, which...
Happening again.
Don't do it. Don't
Pushing
do it.
on the table too much.
Don't
You
do
were
it.
leaning on the table, too.
Hey,
I have not been putting my full
Gentlemen,
body weight on the table.
gentlemen.
Neither have I.
we'll switch
Let
tables
me talk
next
about
time.
my grandparents'
I would
sweet
love to,
life.
but I don't want this man to yell at me for the table falling again when it's not my fault.
Hey, relax. Our guest is speaking about love.
Sorry.
Yeah. But anyway, people tend to make the best of their situation and call it whatever you want to call it, but it makes a lot of sense that if you're in a situation you cannot leave, you will try to make it, at least in your own mind, as nice as possible. And marriages used to be something you didn't leave nearly as much as you do now.
Yes.
And I'm not going to imagine humans have changed their nature drastically within time, so I bet a lot of relationships stuck it out, even though they preferred not to and just tried to make the best of it. And depending on who you are, depending on what that relationship was, knowing that a lot of my friends, a lot of people I know have been out of relationships that were honestly bad for them, if
Good.
they had to stay in them, they would be worse off, but would still end up painting a pretty picture of their life. Now, because they would have to do that to survive, thrive, do whatever, right? But if, they could have... I don't know. I don't know what's best for everyone, but I know for a lot of people who've gotten out of abusive relationships, it would have sucked. I think
Yeah.
for them and been worse off for them to have stayed. So I'm imagining there were plenty of cases like that in Yoli times too.
Yeah. I am definitely not for a single second counting out that there were bad relationships, because there's bad relationships today. And, I'm not going to assume that a generation where you were allowed to slap your wife whenever she overcooked the chicken had wonderful marriages all throughout. But I think you have to boil it down to personal cases. My Nana and Papa, they've been married for
A long, long time.
at least 40, I think. Sorry, Nana and Papa. At a long time, yes. And
Should have just went with a long, long time.
they still, yeah. They still talk very highly of each other. I'm sorry for your grandparents.
Every
They
relationship's
stayed-
different.
It was still an objectively good relation. They were both able to live happy lives. But that's because my grandma is a particularly strong and independent woman, hence my story about her shooting the sewing machine.
Yeah.
So she was able to figure out her own way through that. I kind of come from a family like that, of super crazy people that do what they want, fight me. But I would imagine somebody less like my grandma would, be another case of that Stockholm of, yeah, I do what he says, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that sounds like a trap. That sounds like a prison.
Yeah. My main gripe is just, Grandma, you little victim.
Let them live that happy dream, right?
Because,
let them paint that pretty picture.
it was only a few years ago when I, for real, learned that love isn't a feeling, it is a choice. And if people choose to stay married,
Yes and no.
Marriage is a choice. Love is not.
Love is
See-
definitely a choice because it's
see,
a feeling, and you
here.
choose your feelings. Ask
Here,
psychology.
Let me
Bruh.
let me.
It starts out
let me
as an emotion, right?
Hold on. Let me explain this.
Staying together is a choice.
A relationship as a whole is work. Okay?
Yep.
There is never a point in time that you will not be working on something within that relationship, whether it be your communication skills, your money management skills between the two of you, or just doing basic household chores between the two of you.
Yeah, those are the only three elements of love. by the way.
Relationships are work,
Yeah.
and work is hard.
Yeah. We're all in one. We get it. Except for one of us. We're going to let Circles figure that one out.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Well, I kind of am in the same boat where I don't think love is a choice. But I also understand that technically love is just a chemical in your brain.
Well, yeah.
You don't get to choose the chemicals in your brain, yo. You don't get to choose what's neurotransmitters
Falling
are
in
firing.
love is an emotion. Staying in love, you have to put forth effort and make that decision.
Effort and
You
time
still
and work.
can-
I don't think that's necessarily true.
Okay?
Are you sure? You think if I did not try and work on my relationship at all with my wife, that I'd still have a relationship?
People fall out of love for
That's
a
different.
reason.
See, that's what I'm saying.
It's not different. Me and Miranda love each other.
Yeah.
You have to put in time, effort, and energy into
I
keeping
think
that a
if
thing.
you truly love someone, you're gonna love them no matter what.
Not always. You can completely
Then that's
love
not
a person
love.
and then turn around and fucking hate that person,
Then
okay?
it's not real. Then is what I'm saying.
Yes. You can dislike the person that you love because of the actions in which they choose to do.
I don't know.
But
think
at the end of the day, you still love that person.
What you think, Circles?
So I think putting a hard and fine line on something so intrinsic in something that poets, artists have tried to capture for literally all of our existence
Yes.
is going to have multiple ways it's felt by people,
Yes.
period. And putting a hard line on anything is the only hard line that should not be crossed. Sorry, I've said some negatives. Basically, the only rule is that there is no rules, kind of a bit.
Yeah. I mean, love is also,
So-
subjective.
Like Fight Club.
Anyway, so more about. So I have a science degree. I have a degree in biology, and then my master's in education.
Yes.
So I've done a lot of like bio studying things. So I'm going to be looking at this as the bio major, where I feel it's most of my I mean, I have some experience of some kid in love. I've had a boyfriend. I have a boyfriend right now, but from I already said my bit about neurotransmitters and biology of it, and there's still more to it than that. Hence, the poems and art, which I guess I can look at it from an artist's point of view. Point being, y'all can yell at each other all you want about what you think love is. Congrats, you have an opinion.
Yeah. She's got a point.
Yeah. I mean, I got mine from what I learned in Bible study a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I know your perspectives on faith, but that's I'm not judging that.
Nah,
at all.
you're all good.
But yeah, that's what I've chosen to believe, and so that's what I'm going to follow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Silence.
I'm trying to think of good words to explain. So I've explained my main point of view, which is everybody's opinion is an opinion and it stinks, because that's what opinions are. Well, I mean, they're good. People have them. But then to try to say my opinion in a way that works. So I struggle to think linearly for some
you
reason.
think in circles.
A little bit.
Technically, what I think you're trying to say is not every opinion is correct, but you are
I mean,
good to have your own opinion.
maybe every opinion is correct because it's so subjective.
No, definitely no, because there are some opinions that are straight up wrong.
She's
I
Love
think-
is keeping her trapped in the basement.
Yes, I think love is beating my wife when she undercooks the chicken,
Yes.
like Isaac said.
And because
Well, yeah, she's
she
trying to
doesn't-
kill you with salmonella poisoning. Come on.
Yeah. Yes, there are objectively wrong opinions that, are bad. But there are just because there aren't multiple good, correct opinions in ways things work for different people, doesn't mean that the other way is wrong. Like, I remember seeing this meme of, like, somebody looking at a picture, like, they were standing around, like, this shape that was either a 6 or a 9. The person looking at it this way says that's a 6. The person looking at it this way says that's a 9. of course, they both see the correct thing, and then the bigger picture is, well,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, if it's between 5 and 7, then it's a 6. But we can't see other people's perspectives. Those
Yeah.
are other people's perspectives.
Yeah.
So for something like this, it truly is both a 6 or a 9, but it sure as heck isn't a 2.
What do you and your boyfriend agree on about love?
So, here's some. Okay, we're gonna go into mental health now. Yay!
We're going
So-
to call this episode Love and Cloaca Juice.
So, I have all sorts of flavors of neurotypical not. I've not been officially diagnosed with like anything. I don't think, just because I'm functional,
Okay.
right? And I don't like
Okay.
things and stuff. So, take this with a grain of salt. Actually, no, I think I did get actually with depression. But
Oh,
anyway.
well, that's fine.
Yeah. So, anyway, as somebody who has been actually diagnosed with depression, I struggled to find something that would make me, at the end of the day, think that. Okay. I asked myself, would I have regretted missing today? For like 3 years, and the answer was no every single night. Yeah, you can read into that as much as you want.
Okay.
The first time, well, then the therapist said, stop asking that question. So I stopped. So there's a couple years where I didn't have an answer. The first time, I really sat down and thought, yes, I would have regretted missing this, was my first time after a successful and happy date, just sitting on the couch with my boyfriend, with my love.
Mm-hmm.
That felt different than any sort of amazing artwork, any sort of great accomplishment. Like, I had gotten my master's degree in that time. I had done many things that are awesome and experiences that most people, I feel, oh, you would regret doing XYZ. Like, I literally did, like, parasailing, okay?
Yeah.
Still, the answer was no. Until I got to sit on the couch and look at this person who looked back at me with a special kind of smile. Now, I've been friends with a lot of people, but sitting on the couch with him, just doing my thing, doing the boring stuff, and just him there giving me a smile while he does his thing on the couch, like, that's
It hits different.
weird. Yeah. That, I would say, was how I felt love, actually, and holy cow, that was not a choice. I sit down on couches with lots of people.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, I'm sitting here on the couch with you. I'm sorry, I'm not in love with you.
That's fine.
This hits different.
That's fine.
We're friends, right?
Yeah.
We're talking, we're having a good conversation. Heck, we're doing more together than I typically do with my boyfriend.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't give me the yes.
You know, I do, during this conversation, I do not believe it is all a choice.
Yay.
Because
Okay, good. Point made.
I do think there is times where I look at my girlfriend and I'm like, damn, you
Yeah.
know.
Isaac, can I just say something real quick?
What?
You finger the microphone too much.
I know I do. I hear it. I hear it every time
You're the only one that's making noise on the microphone.
Yeah, and that's why you don't actually have ADHD, you self-freaking-proclaimed.
I
person.
haven't. I know. I
Joke's
haven't
on
tested
you.
yet,
I'm
but-
diagnosed.
Y'all, everybody's.
And I'm not even freaking jacking the microphone off.
Grip it and stick it, okay?
My dad's diagnosed, and I heard that can be hereditary sometimes.
Anyways.
It can.
So-
My dad has
Anyways, yes,
ADHD.
we have
Love
a
is
cherry
the
on
happy
top.
face when you just want to be with them. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not the choice bit.
Yeah,
The
I
choice
don't.
bit is all the work that lets you sit there and relax.
Yeah, I see. I think that's what I was mostly thinking about. See, especially with what I'm going through right now, there's a lot of things, like how you said, you're doing more here than you've done with your boyfriend, right?
Mhm.
You know, your guys' time together is intentional, right? That's like primarily what I guess I was basing choices off on, because like I believe you can fall out of love with somebody if you just choose to not see that person for like an entire summer. You'd no longer have feeling. I still have straggler photos of my ex-girlfriend, and I see her face and it does not give me anything anymore the way it used to. And it used to be so immense, And so, yeah, I
That's
think
a
it's
survival thing, I think, too, because you would be SOL if you couldn't exist without somebody you have once loved.
that is true. That is very true. And some might say, that's up to a higher power. I know.
I think it's evolution because, the whole if you would die because you're now going to die from a broken heart because your cave woman got hit with a brick.
Yeah.
Statistics show that if one partner dies, the other one soon follows after.
I don't know. We're going
Yeah.
to skim over that.
Welcome to the death conversation of the Too Many Words podcast. Let's get right into it.
Let's go back to Cloaca Juice.
Yes, it was a more lighter topic when we were talking about cloaca juice, but yeah, I don't know. I think my biggest gripe about the whole Stockholm syndrome thing was people having
no idea about the time or place in which that relationship started in the first place.
It's not even that. Take away social media, phone numbers, dating apps, not being able to meet at school or church or whatever work.
Yeah, you meant out in public.
You had
in the
to
real
be
world.
intentional if you wanted a partner.
Yeah.
But what my biggest gripe, even before learning about the Stockholm claims and stuff like that, my biggest gripe is people having an opinion on other people's relationships. I think we could probably like if we don't agree with anything else, I think we could all probably agree that it's not necessarily your place to think about the destiny of someone your other, like if you.
I'm going to sum up what Isaac's trying to say.
Yes.
Keep your nose in your own damn business.
Like, see, when I used to go to church, I would talk about how I would have relationship problems, and then some people would tell me you need to get out of that. And then I don't know, I don't necessarily feel like that would be the right move. And then like I would take their advice because I asked for their advice. But then like sometimes it would get to a point where they would make it their business. I'm not talking to you today about my relationship. Leave me alone, something like that. And so I guess it just draws from previous experiences that I've had learning about these claims, but I'll rest my case. I'm done. Anybody else got any other side quests, or maybe we could just take a?
So I think that was a good conversation. Like
Yeah.
that. Anyway.
I think podcasts are built on stuff like that.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing it up.
Yeah.
Yes.
You heard it
This
here,
might be-
folks. Podcasts are built on Stockholm syndrome.
No. It's actually cloaca juice.
Yes.
But yeah, any other side quests, or are we?
Well, I mean, on the topic of talking about our grandparents, you guys just skipped over me.
Oh, did we?
I didn't
we
even
were
talk
all
about my
taking turns about our grandparents.
I thought, okay. I guess maybe I could have.
I mean, if you have something to say about your grandparents, sure.
They're celebrating their 50th anniversary.
That is awesome.
Jesus Christ!
Congratulations
that's a long
to Abe and
Yeah.
Dora.
What? Tom.
Tom and Dora. Sorry.
Abe is my
grandpa's
mom's
name is Tom.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Tom.
That's right. Tom and Dora. Congratulations.
The 51 years ago on 420, they had met. And
time. Let me guess.
No. Shut up. Stop it.
Woodstock.
I still want to go to Woodstock.
there's a whole story there that I could talk about.
I want to go to Burning Man.
No, you do
I
not.
so want to go to
No,
Burning
you do
I
not.
I am so straight edge, but I want to go to Burning Man so bad. It looks so fun.
Look
it
at
looks
me
like
right
the
in
funnest
the face.
thing ever.
You are not ready for that much LSD, okay?
I'm not
Your
going to do
tiny-
LSD.
Your tiny little body will not be able to handle the amount of drugs that will pass through your system if you go to Burning Man, okay?
I won't do
You're going to
LSD.
overdose.
I won't do LSD.
And then
I promise you, you're not going to do it on purpose. It's just going to happen.
you're going to get drugged.
You're going to get drugged.
Everyone there gets drugged.
Welcome to Burning Man. Here's your LSD tablet, and I've also slipped a roofie in your drink.
I'll just bring my own snacks.
Can't.
What?
They don't let you bring
I'll
anything
shove
in
it up
from
my
outside.
rectum.
You can do that.
Okay, cool.
I
Thanks.
have a feeling that you'll just get a
Yeah.
blow dart, tip
That might
full
work.
of LSD
That might happen.
in the neck.
But they met on 420, 51 years ago.
So sorry. Our drinks
and
are empty
then-
though, so.
And then like a year and
Mine's been empty. Where
some
have you
odd
been?
a year and a month or two later, they got married. So,
Congratulations, Jordan.
congratulations, Jordan. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Jordan's grandparents, on staying together for a very long time.
And they met at a event that I'm
Woodstock?
not going to disclose.
Okay.
Was it Burning Man?
I don't know what it was.
Oh, then you can't even disclose it.
Wink, wink.
What are you talking about? I have no clue what you're talking about. Blah blah blah. Main event.
Let's see. Let me.
We're
Main
not
event
to the
time?
main event yet? Holy crap.
We did announcements. We did side quests. We did get them lips wet. What did we learn this week? Yeah. Did we do? The only things left are fancers and meat and potatoes.
Yeah, we haven't. I have to go deep into fancers for that.
What did we even ask?
We asked what your greatest fear was. Circles, what is your greatest fear?
So that's a good one. I remember when I was a kid, it was disappointment. Which, Okay, so
Sorry, we sound resoundingly disappointed in you.
yeah. No, so
Is that
probably
your
my
answer?
most trigger
Disappointment.
disappointment. So what caused me why do you have to make me go first? I take a minute to get
Jordan,
my thoughts
what is your
together.
greatest fear?
Well, I got a lot of really big fears. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, one of them is, I have
Ghosts.
a overwhelming fear of abandonment. I have a overwhelming fear of being fake loved. And there's also heights, claustrophobia, spiders.
We should have done Jordan last. He's got a huge list.
That's about it.
Simon, what are you afraid of? What's your
Nothing.
greatest fear?
Nothing.
Liar.
I do not fear anything.
Liar. Find something.
I do not fear anything. I used to
Find
fear
something.
fear dying, and I used to fear after I got over that, I used to fear that my loved ones dying. But
Yeah.
I've come to terms with that people die. We're not immortal. So no, I do not have any fears.
Okay. How about you, Circles?
So actually, here's an easy one. Having to live forever.
Dude, yeah. I totally get that.
Like just kidding. There is no end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
about you, but that'd be fun as shit.
No, because this
The
is
only
actually
sad part would be all the I'd have to make new friends all the time.
no, like this actually, like this is
Only every,
something
like,
that
6
I've
years.
thought about.
You know how much
What
of a
if
pain that would
heaven
be
was
if you
real but
still
bad?
like age.
No, like that's what I was thinking. Like, I'm a religious man. I
gotta-
believe in a heaven.
It's angels and shit for
Your biggest
eternity.
fear is going to hell.
That's what I was thinking. Like,
Nah.
I'm in heaven forever because like we have like this finalized thought that what we're doing right now is temporary, but like we are going into an infinity that is heaven, and heaven is spoken of that is so great, and I
Terrifying.
agree. I agree that it is so fake. That's my beliefs. But like it hit me like a couple years ago. What is the storybook that I'm closing once I'm in heaven if it's an eternity? And it's like it's something that I pray I will not understand until I
You
get there.
you do know that time is a man-made construct, right?
Yeah.
So there is no time.
That's also how we experience things. Therefore, if there is no time, there is no experience.
Yeah, it's just it's taking that doubt and just putting your bets on everything that there is to understand will not be understood until
Yes,
you get
you're
there.
at the roulette table and you put all your bets on red.
Yeah. Anyways,
And then you die.
that is a great answer. It sparked a conversation. And yeah, living forever, a little daunting, especially if you're stuck here the whole time.
I don't know. You could experience so
Well,
much.
Just
no
jump
end, no
into space.
escape. So
Well,
again,
Yeah,
here's
but what if you don't die? You're just floating through space.
Yeah, because eventually you'll land on something.
no,
Then
but
you
like
do it again.
that sounds horrible. I hate being stuck. I hate being trapped. I hate that there's no way out.
You're not stuck.
Existence is pain, and the only
You're
release
not
is
stuck.
sweet,
You're
sweet
just
death.
traveling. You're just traveling. You just gotta wait till the next planet.
I guess, yeah, you'd
Eventually
have
you'll
to
hit
develop
one.
an insane level of patience, I guess.
No.
No.
My biggest fear, other than religious ones, getting buried alive. That sounds terrible.
You know what? That has to do with claustrophobia. Actually, that's a big one with claustrophobia.
I hate it so much. I think I have claustrophobia, actually.
Claustrophobia sucks. I used to start having panic attacks in the slides.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So let's look at some fan answers.
Can I read Corey Bones?
You can read Corey Bones. I'm going to preface it. The word you are about to hear is not with a CK. It's with 2 Ds because he's cool.
This audibly made me laugh when I first read it 2 weeks ago. This was the funniest thing. Because, it's a reference to their podcast.
Yes.
Corey Bone commented, "Thuggin' Bears."
It is a great promo that they did. Great episode that they did of the Ice Cream Sunday podcast.
Did you make that post on Scaldstone as well?
I don't think so, but I know I shared it on my personal. But Tasha Moon says, never seeing my kids again. Yeah, that would be terrible. I have yet to see my children. They've been lost for 25 years.
Not lost. They're just between your legs.
I shared this on the first. See, this is why we should not take breaks in recording.
Haha.
This is so long.
Well,
oh my
our
gosh,
boss
our
is
last
the
recording
one-
was before WrestleMania. That's
Our boss
insane.
is the one that gave us the time off, man. Okay, only blame yourself.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, it is.
Oh, I have quite a few answers on my personal.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we did give them 2 weeks to answer.
Deb
so.
Baker Belcher says, other than the normal things like losing family, heights. My
Why are
grandmother
you
says
breaking the table
heights.
more.
Chelsea Wacher says dying in general. Debbie Lingelbach, that my family and friends will die without knowing Jesus and having a relationship with him. He is hell is a horrible place, and eternity is an awfully long time. Love you, Nana.
No, that's what.
Precious.
Shout out to Nana. A shout out to Andy Goodman. He says not mattering is the greatest fear of his. And then Andrew Reesheim is, I'm going to be 100% real with you. I don't have one. And then to that I responded, your fear is being honest.
And you should read my response after that.
You said nothing. Anyways, Lola Ryan.
Yes, I did. You just don't want to read it now, do you?
I'm afraid that nobody wants me around, Lola Ryan says. Austin Davis, losing what I have worked for. That has been this week's Fancers. Now it's time to get into the main event / meat and potatoes of the episode, which is the lovely lady drawing right next to me, Circles.
Oh, neat.
We've definitely talked quite a bit about you and your career and what you've done. We're going to go back to that question I asked you before recording. Since you are a scribe and language is your thing, what is your favorite font?
So I have a couple of my normal things you can have the computer type out fonts, not ciphers.
Okay.
Snell Roundhead is a good one, as well as Royal Signage. I got a bunch of fonts from Heritage Font for commercial use. Great, font bundle, 10 out of 10.
She's done talking.
Would recommend the Heritage Fonts bundle. Yes.
Nice.
Royal Signage and Snell Roundhead.
Nice. Guys, did you know that good interviewers don't wait for them to be done talking, but maybe jump into what their answer is?
Comic Sans. I will discuss no
Comic
further.
Sans is your favorite? Simon, what's your favorite font?
Times New Roman.
Nice. I also like Times New Roman. Evil Empire is really nice. I've used that for
the bank.
for a couple sports podcasts that died out after a few episodes. But yeah, Evil Empire is pretty dope. I love my my Unfadable font. I can't recall what that one is called. I have it written down somewhere, but yeah, Evil Empire is sick. Times New Roman I'm in love with. Just because it's
Times New Roman
Times
is
New-
crisp.
yeah.
It's what you write every paper in.
So, besides circles, what's the proper language name again?
So, Circles is the cipher some nerds made in high school that is non-copyright, non-BBC owned, though most people recognize when the BBC has used Circles as Gallifreyan, the language of the Time
Gallifreyan.
Lords.
Yes. So, let's see. What are you guys doing over there?
Pufferfish.
That'd be a good font for cutouts.
Yes.
Evil
The
Empire.
Evil Empires. Yeah, I love Evil Empire. Yeah, right. Yeah, right there. Yeah, it's great.
We live in a society.
Yeah,
wanna-
I've used that for a
you wanna
couple
read
sports
that now?
podcasts.
Yeah.
My current.
my
Oh, what's going
retort
on over
to,
there, guys?
My retort to Isaac was, I'm being 100% serious, man. I used to have a fear of losing the ones I love, but I came to accept that people are mortal and we all eventually pass on. It also taught me to cherish the time we did get with those who are gone.
I will not take not reading full comments. Sorry.
That's fine. I did it for comedic effect. Anyways, it's also why I'm funnier than you. Anyways, Empire Crown
Not according
Laser.
to our fans.
Empire Crown Laser Regular is also the font I use for Unfadable. I don't know. I like that line in the middle. It reminds me of WrestleMania.
I like Comic Sans because it's a funny meme.
Yeah. Is it also because you don't know a lot of other fonts?
I used to know a lot, but Comic Sans funny memes, so that's the only one I care about now.
Okay.
I used to play around with fonts a lot when I was in high school.
So other than Gallifreyan, do you have favorite languages? Maybe you don't know the language, but maybe the sentence structure or the way things are spelled is
Klingon.
appealing to you.
Did you just say Klingon?
I mean, we're talking about Gallifreyan. We could also be talking about Klingon.
So people tend to assume I'm more into regular old linguistics than I truly am.
Okay.
So I'm only an English speaker as much as I wish I could, do. I mean, I kind of do a tiny bit of Spanish, but
That's cool.
no, like.
Como estás?
What
Estoy
about
bien.
other
Bien.
symbol-based languages, like Japanese or something?
I'd like to learn. I also have been told that the way that the Japanese traditional script is more similar to Circles and that you read like bottom up, or I'm not sure.
It's only 2 days.
I don't know.
That's
I'll
all
wait
right.
until they open something in July.
But yes. So definitely more of a puzzle background, a science background, and an art and poetry background. Though kind of not really, I don't know. Poetry was boring when you tried to school poetry.
Well, that's because they forced you to write
Yeah.
specific poetry formats. Like, I hated writing haikus.
What's wrong with haiku, man?
Because I'm not very good at it.
It's 353.
Yeah. You think I want to
Haiku
just sit
baru.
there and start counting shit while I'm writing stuff? No.
Yes,
You should try Circles.
that's the art. Yeah. You can learn how to do the circles and then paint them and then have pretty little art for your wife.
That says Cloaca Juice.
Yeah.
Each and
You
every
can
one
you
of
just-
them.
This means I love you.
I'm going to hand Jordan one. I'm going to be like, it says you're very handsome, but in all reality, it just says cock.
So at like parties after like steampunk cons and whatever, where I'm hanging out, just mingling with the crowd, I run around with a Sharpie and I do want some circles, and they let me draw on them, and I'm like, "Hi, would you like some circles?" And they usually look at me confused. My art, it's a cipher. It says stuff. You see, shows example. This says blah blah blah. Points at somebody who I got. It's like this says something something. And they say, "Oh yeah, sure." And I'm like, "Do you want to pick the words, or should I?" They often say, "You pick. Should I be naughty or nice?" So yes, there are many, many steampunk people who I've written profanities upon.
Yes.
Fuck you, you dirty slut.
You should send
circles.
angry letters
In
to
circles.
like political people
And they
in,
just think
in
it's pretty hard.
Gallifreyan. Hey, look at this fan art that I got.
no, like I could totally have at the back of my setup, my booth display, just some casual political ranting, organizing a revolution, and like literally pass out pamphlets, and it's just art, right? Purely hypothetical
You're
subject,
sending
of course,
political.
maybe.
You're sending political candidates death threats in circles.
Oh my
No, it
goodness.
would only
one
work for
knows.
communication between other scribes. So you see, I amass a cult following. I teach everybody the circles, because
Imagining sometime in the future, When Circles blows up and it becomes the new primary language source.
Yes. In her new country.
Some
Yes.
political person just has this picture framed, and it says Circles art, and it just says "eat shit and die."
Yep.
See, we're gonna buy an island, and we're gonna make obsidian to make a perfectly circular island that's big enough to show up on a map, and that's gonna be a
the hub.
circular country.
Yeah. No, like
What would you name your country?
circles
Circles.
with an S and a K.
Yes.
So yeah, but like I mean, it does have its merits. This is a cipher that does a remarkably good job of being only legible by humans and being written in such a way that only humans can write it. If a
Oh my
computer does
gosh,
it,
Yeah.
if a computer were to write in circles, it would be very obvious because it would treat all of the lines, dots, and whatever in a very specific way, like all the translator apps currently do. And you can tell it's app made. You can also very easily tell it's human made. I can't think of any other font or any other language that is that both legible by humans and illegible by computers, and also that writable by humans alone and non-writable by computers alone. So that does have merit for passing around secret notes that you don't want Big Daddy to
Real
see.
quick question: have you ever been watching like a movie or something, and then you come across crop circles in the movie?
I do try to read them.
And like, have they ever said anything?
Only in Doctor Who.
Okay.
That's because of her. That's all her.
See, the only thing that I can think of is that civilization falls and all of her art is just found by the next civilization. They're going to be really
And they're gonna be like
fucking confused.
aliens.
No. Actually, crop circles are actually alien political campaigns. That's got to be it.
Oh my gosh.
Vote for me next November is what it says in the cornfield.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Like,
Something else. So at the beginning, not at the beginning, somewhere in the episode, I sent a snap to Austin Buckner,
And then you
And-
busted a table.
and then he replied. And I've been waiting to play this reply because I'm assuming it's something he wants to say on the podcast.
Oh, sure.
I'm gonna play it right now. No, it's not.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Nice.
You give that man way too much credit.
Yeah.
What was it?
It was
Just
him
his flyer?
taking a walk, and it said, "I am easily the darkest man in the neighborhood."
Okay.
It's a thing.
He's Asian. He's got a darker complex. Or not complex. Complexion.
That one.
Yeah.
A darker complex would be more like, the Sith.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, my bad. Complexion. That's the word. Too many words. Too many of the wrong words. That's our podcast here.
Did you draw too many words in circles on that
Ooh,
paper?
she could. But
It'd be really.
have you
simple.
ran into anybody that you that wasn't your friend that knew Gallifreyan really well?
So, my most Gallifreyan in the wild that I've had a little bit of a mind blow about was when I was student teaching out in Utah. I took my marine bio kids out to the Loveland Living Planet Aquarium for their marine bio final, which was a field trip, like study-based final. You gotta go do what we learned to go do some marine biology on the only place you can find marine organisms in Salt Lake. Anyway, all over that aquarium, written in the stone tiles in the grating of the fence, is stuff in circles. So, yes.
Really?
Okay.
Like a whole ass aquarium.
Yeah, you can go Google it. Yeah.
That's cool.
Loveland Living Planet Aquarium. I have some pictures. So, my friend Lauren Sherman, again, the one who I made the cipher with, their partner recently traveled through and sent Lauren a bunch of pictures of the circles from that aquarium, and I'm like, oh, yep, oh boy.
Living Planet Aquarium. I want to more so learn about like who built it.
I'm pretty sure it's the name of the dude who's written his name a bunch of places on the gate in circles.
She needs enough people to start her matriarchy.
Tickets are almost $20. Just so you know.
You can see the gate without paying anything, and there are circles literally on the gate. Come on, Lauren. Where are those pictures? Where did you post them?
Yeah, Lauren.
No.
French fries in barbecue sauce.
Yes. Why are we talking about French fries and barbecue sauce?
In barbecue sauce.
Yeah. Why?
Because
Ah, there we go. Okay, so here are some pictures of the gate. See,
Ooh.
those be circles.
Where is
Those be
this?
circles.
Utah?
Yeah, Utah, Salt Lake. So this is funny. That says no entry on the exit only sign. NOE NT. No. It's hard to read because of those buttons. No exit. It says no exit.
Huh.
No
Yes.
exit on the exit only sign.
Yes.
You are trapped for eternity.
Are there commas in Gallifreyan?
Yes, they are. But this was done by somebody who is definitely more of an architect than a scribe.
Okay.
So there are lots of typos. But Albert.
Albert.
EINSTEIN, which I'm assuming is the name of the person who did the circles. SCIENCE, so science. I haven't read through these yet.
Yeah, no.
I'm just reading them here. ANDART, so science and art. TRUE, true. OF, of. All. SOURCE.
This is what I'm talking about, folks. This is probably the guest where they, in their field of expertise, knows the most of what they're talking about.
The Loveland Living
The
Planet
is
Aquarium was founded in
Q.
1997 by Brent
No,
Anderson.
Is it? But I'm guessing that the architect is
Yeah, 'cause that's definitely a modern structure.
ALBERTEINSTEI.
Yes. All right, or maybe it's what is this? A bridge?
So this is on part of like the big sweepy. So I think it was like a U2 concert or something that was held here. It was like a big spidery thing, stage, whatever.
Looks like it
Okay.
was built in maybe 2000.
So yeah, I was passing
11?
notes in that in high school.
Wonderful. Very, very intellectual to start that. Do you have a question for this episode as we round out the end of this episode?
Why not just do the font one?
What's your favorite font?
We already did that.
Well, we could ask our friends
Fans.
on Facebook and stuff. That, yeah. What do we think?
Oh,
Or
leave it up to
what's
her.
something you did in like school age? Like if you're like in high school, what did you do in middle school? If you're like an adult or college, what did you do when you were little that's really stuck with you?
Oh, okay. How can we shorten that?
Play with toys.
That is a good answer. Something that I've done since I was little. I don't know.
What from your childhood has stuck with you? How about that?
What childhood
Thing,
hobby?
hobby,
Drawing. Except for that, I'm
Trauma.
Hobby? Skill, childhood skill. How about childhood skill has stuck with you?
Lying.
Nice.
I'm just kidding. I was not good at that as a kid. Sime, what were you good at as a kid that's stuck with you?
You want to try that sentence one more time?
What were you good at as a kid that has stuck with you?
What was I good at as a kid that
Yes.
stuck with me?
Yes.
Breathing.
All right.
I mean, wrestling. Because I didn't do that as a kid, though.
Oh, okay. What's an interest that has stuck with you since you were a kid?
Skill or interest?
Yeah, sure.
Video games.
Video games.
I'm sure.
Even as an adult, I still play video games.
I'm sure Isaac will be able to figure out a way to word this best for Facebook.
Oh yeah, I'm so good at that.
You are.
Facebook has AI to shorten things, so now they do.
I'm just saying, as a kid, I wasn't very good at anything. 'Cause I was
Well,
a child.
anyways, we are so thankful to have you on Circles as a podcast guest of the 89th episode of Too Many Words podcast. Go and check us out on all social media platforms. That is Instagram, Too Many Words Podcast, TikTok, Too Many Words Pod, Facebook, Too Many Words Podcast, of course, and then Scald Stone Productions, which is also our own Facebook page and YouTube channel.
Check us out at Des Moines Con as Scald Stone Productions on May 29, 20, 30.
May 31st
May
through
31st
June 2nd.
through June 2nd.
Find
That's what I was
us.
trying to say.
Find us later in June
what I was
at
trying to
the
say.
Ice Cream
I
Social,
promise
June
it was.
22nd in Greenfield. And then in August 31st, of course, come to our own live show where we, for the only time of the year, are the main event. So, thank you, Circles, for being on. Hey, do you want to go ahead and plug all your socials if you got any?
Just be like, hey Siri, who invented circular Gallifreyan? Siri will say Lauren Sherman ... Lauren's website is shermansplanet.com. On Sherman's Planet, you'll see links to me, Circle Studio.
Siri will actually say that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
Dude, hey Siri. Sherman's Oh, well, it just started.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's probably the easiest way to find me if you completely forget everything. Otherwise, Circles, spelled with an S and a K. Sirkles.
Yes.
Studio. So Circles
Cyricles.
Studio. Yeah, or Circles, except spelled without the letter C, because in the original script there was no letter C. Anyway, so circlesstudio.com, circlesstudio.etsy.com, Circles Studio on Twitch. I have started streaming every Wednesday. Yeah.
Sweet.
Maybe we should ask Andy for the ring footage of the falling table because he's got a ring camera up there.
He's got one right there, too.
That one's not.
So,
triggering
before
us,
we
though.
get out of
No,
here,
it is.
what all have you written down?
So I have written puerile 3 ways: Puerile, Puerile, and Puer. We don't have the I in this R-I. There. There's
Oopsies.
an I there. It's fine.
There you go. Looks like we got Chloe.
L-E. We've done Chloe. C-H-L-O-E. We've done Cloaca Juice.
Yes.
And I have done the ICS Path, P-A-T-H. And then we have J-A-M-E-S. And then I started writing P-word 97. Then I got distracted. I think that was at the time of Cloaca Juice. And then we have Des Moines, D-E-S-M-O-I-N-E-S, Des Moines Con.
Yes.
That's really cool. That's really cool. That
Hey,
they
man,
followed
she's
us.
a master of her craft.
Well,
We
I was
should
just going to
frame
say it's
that.
cool that they followed us. We definitely should frame that, though. Unless she wants to keep it.
Nah, man.
She's just going to charge you $367 for it. Yeah.
I gotta sign it first.
Yeah. But yeah, any last words before we take you out?
No.
Cool. This has been episode 89 of the Too Many Words podcast. See, look at that. Full circle. Our co-hosts over there who have been yelling at each other for a good chunk of this podcast are holding hands in unity. And so with that, I can't imagine any better ending. So now we just dedicate the podcast to anything. Circles, who or what do you dedicate this podcast episode out to?
Love, death, and Cloaca Juice.
Yes. Simon, what do you dedicate this podcast episode out to?
I dedicate this podcast episode out to the one that got away. It's okay.
I was gonna
I don't even think it probably was that good anyway. But just
I was going
tastes
to
like
say
milk
the
and
fallen
watermelon.
comrades of terrible boba.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Maybe it was God saving me. I don't know. Divine intervention.
Yes.
I dedicate this podcast episode out to a complete stranger that I ran into when I was walking through that Ross when I showed up to start the podcast. He's like, "I like your style." I put together this outfit specifically for the episode. I was very fulfilled. So
Nice.
yeah, this episode goes out to that guy, complimenting and recognizing
But
the one and only
actually-
Isaac William Joseph
Meanwhile,
style.
Yes.
I am in a bathrobe because I didn't know this was going to be video recorded.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't.
It's
You know,
fluffy.
after 89 episodes, I finally realized how big of a warning that is. Hey, you're gonna be on camera.
Yeah. Otherwise, they show up in a bathrobe because it's fluffy.
Would you have worn like some Renaissance gear or something?
I would have not worn a bathrobe.
Yeah, that's I guess a fair point. Jordan, what have you been
My
wanting to say?
actual dedication is to Andy Goodman's leather bib over there.
Wonderful. They could probably see it on camera.
It's
little bit.
beautiful. It's,
I don't know. Circles might be in the way, but it doesn't matter. They saw it when she got up to assist you fools. So
Yeah. And
Yeah.
sure, it's somewhere in.
we'll switch tables next time. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have Andy build the table.
So, at the end of every podcast episode, this was just a tradition that has been set since the first episode. You do not have to say it, but there doesn't have to be any emotional ties to it if you do say it. We just say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, amen, and yeah, we just say amen, and then we clap, and then we're done.
We're done.
What do you think?
Sure.
All right, amen on 3.
Amen on 3.
1, 2, 3.
Amen.
Yay!